Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Books and Betches. I'm Kristen, and with me I have...
Erica.
Maria, what?
Erica and Maria. She whispered it, and you probably didn't hear it.
Can you hear me?
No, stop.
You know, I hate ASMR.
This is a book... This is a book podcast. We swear, we spoil. We talk about sex. We suck at it. Podcasting. And this week we're doing...
We do ASMR.
This week we're doing a novella.
That's what happens when you eat.
Right?
I get so hyped up.
We're doing a novella?
It's a novella.
Is that what it's...
No.
Yeah.
Did you say Abella?
Novella.
Novella.
What's it called? It's called All Systems,
All Systems Read by Martha Wells, I believe.
But it's a series.
It is a series.
Is it?
Yes.
You didn't know that?
Ugh.
And there's an Apple TV show coming out about it.
Is it?
With Skarsgård in it.
Dude. Are you... this
Alice
is why we
Skarsgård's
did
in
this
it.
book.
Really?
Yes. On
I
Apple
love
TV.
Alex.
It looks
Coming out in
awesome.
May.
Looks like it's going to be good. Okay.
Murderbot.
Murderbot. So, I have been recommended this book more times than I've been recommended any other book.
Really?
Yes. I feel like a lot of people have told me to read this, that it's something that I would like. It is up my alley.
I've also heard a lot of
Sci-fi.
people actually recommended it when I did like hey, what books do you want us to read on the stories?
That
And
are
there
short.
was multiple people that said
Oh, okay.
this.
Maria, you did a really good job summarizing it. Not to make you do another 60-second, but when we
But
were
you normally
upstairs, you genuinely did a good job summarizing it, and you did it very quickly.
Yeah.
So I feel like you'd be a good candidate for it.
I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Get that out of the way so everybody knows the story a little bit about what we're talking about because it's such a short book. If you have not read All Systems Read, the Murderbot series, book 1, it's only 150 pages. That's it. You can read it in a couple days if you want, maybe less if you're a fast reader. I am not.
Also, if you have Everend, they have a graphic audio version.
Is that what you listened to?
Yeah, I listened to the graphic audio version.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, because
It had a full cast.
The Audible version is kind of old. It sounds old. And it's mumbly a little bit. You
yeah.
know when you like are listening to a car and you got to turn it way up, but like your speakers aren't that good, at least
So it
mine.
starts like crackling.
So it's like it was a little mumbly and hard to understand, and then at 2 times speed.
Oh,
Can we talk about how Mickey 17, and I did not bring this up in that episode,
what?
Mickey 7, I went to listen to that audiobook, and it was the Spanish one that I accidentally...
Yeah, you didn't tell Erica that.
I put it in our group chat.
Oh.
So I accidentally downloaded Mickey 7, the Spanish version, and all of my audiobooks are automatically set to 2 times speed. So I'm on the treadmill and I go to press play on Mickey 7 and it is Spanish at 2 times speed. And I looked at Mike and then I looked at the thing and I hit pause and I took my headphones off and he went, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I don't know. I think I might be having a stroke." It was like none of the words were connecting in my brain. And then I looked at it. I was like, "Oh my God, I downloaded the Spanish version."
Oh my
It was
goodness.
insane. It was
You
insane.
didn't notice that it was in Spanish? This happened to
I
John
hit
one
play.
time too.
I didn't. I just,
John
it felt
put
like
on
jumble.
the Spanish Lord of the Rings. And it's
Okay.
playing and he's kind of like not paying attention. He's like on his phone and like and he's like kind of looking up and looking back and I'm like, "Why are we watching Lord of the Rings in Spanish?" And he's like,
Imagine you just like, "Samuel, vamos para."
he goes, no, this is the best part. He goes, "Oh, I thought it was just the Elvish."
Sometimes it just doesn't register.
I was like, "Sir, in what fucking world does Spanish sound like Elvish?"
Here's the thing: when you're expecting something to be like one thing, like you know when you go to pick up something that you think is really heavy,
Yeah.
and it ends up being light, and your arm flies back. When I was, I literally pressed play, assuming English at 2 times speed. I think that's where it got really.
I think
fucked.
it's crazy that your stuff is automatically 2 times speed already.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
all my
That's-
audiobooks
That's
just do that
banana
now.
land.
I don't know why.
I start at 1.5.
Mine's 1.5.
Oh, mine's
and then
2.
I increase pretty quickly, but I need to like
You gotta get in the groove
it's
of it
like
first.
it's like jumping on a bike that's already
Really?
going.
Yeah.
I've gotten so used to it now that I like can't do it.
Yeah, no,
anymore.
I gotta do 1. I'll
That's
start
how I
at 1.2 sometimes.
I think you guys
especially
ruined
graphic
me.
audio. I'll keep at 1.2.
You're the one that ruined me. I never used to read audiobooks.
I don't
fast.
regret it.
Well,
Okay.
sometimes you have to get through
Anyway,
it.
was not having a stroke, so that was good.
Oh. I'm looking at Alexander Skarsgård.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Was that the whole
there's,
sentence?
like
It is actually a full
it
sentence.
actually is the whole sentence.
All right, let's do a 60-second for.
But he's the murder bot.
Yes.
Yeah. But he's like covered in a costume. Not.
But his face
helmet.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's
Same in
sexy.
the
Well,
book.
the
Oh,
murder bot
This
doesn't
is
have
what
a
he
gender.
looks like.
Right.
Who is he?
Right.
Hot.
Hot.
All right, Maria. If you're new to this podcast, we do this thing where we attempt to explain the entire plot summary of a book in 60 seconds or less. This week, Maria is going to do All Systems Red.
Yes. By Martha Wells.
And here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
We're in a futuristic world where space exploration is basically under a capitalistic society. So it's all run by the company. And so for people who are going out and exploring different planets, they get to be assigned a type of robot. Our particular robot calls themselves the Murderbot because they're basically called to just murder things most of the time when they're exploring stuff. But this particular Murderbot has overridden their government chip, so they don't have to actually listen to any orders. But what this Murderbot loves to do is just to watch TV shows and like enjoy media. As they're with their humans, they realize there's a different entity or some different kind of company trying to destroy other people exploring this particular planet. They have murdered others, and so this Murderbot helps.
15.
And towards the end, the commander of the expedition is like, "Hey, I want you to be free. Here, I'm gonna buy you." And the Murderbot's like, never mind. I'm just gonna go explore the world how I want to. Thanks so much for buying me, though. Bye."
Awesome.
Mhm.
Good job. If you've noticed recently, we've been reading a lot of
Sci-fi.
but also like humanity books that are rooted in like what's humanity, what's mortality.
Yeah, and that's all not on purpose.
No.
It's just happened
It's
to
just
happen
been
that
What's
way.
going on with our brains?
I kind of like it.
Me too. I do too. It makes me think a
I'm
lot.
drinking a lot for a reason.
This book I enjoyed a lot actually.
I just had a stray thought. Romance is entertainment. Like romance books are entertainment, and like I don't get a lot out of them. Like other than
Yes.
entertainment.
That's what
and
I've
I don't
been saying.
I
since
don't
the
mean that in
beginning
like a
of this
derogatory
podcast.
way because like the entertainment I do get out of it is vast
Yeah, and valid.
and valid, but like it's books like that like work your brain in a different way and make you think. And
Mhm.
I don't want to say like don't read diversely because that's not the sentiment, but like I don't care about the diversity in my romance reading because I like the diversity in my other reading.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
sure.
You mean by genre?
Well, well, you could say
Because
diversity.
when you say
in-
diversity, I feel like it gets lumped into the conversation of like people of color and
yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And I don't think
That's
you're
not
saying
how
that.
I-
No,
That's not
I'm
how I
saying like just like the diversity of like the romance genre in general. Like people are like, oh, you only read contemporary romances. Like
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Diversify
right.
your
Versus,
reading
like,
genre.
you should read different genres and you
Mhm.
should read this and you should read that and you should like. I don't like when people tell you what to read. Period. Anyways, regardless.
I don't like when I'm told not to do anything.
You fucking
I
hipster.
have, and I think you also. I am. What is it called? Avoidant. What's it called?
Oh,
Command avoidant.
yeah, if you tell me
I
to do
am
something, I'm not
command
doing it.
avoidant. If you, yeah, exactly. If you
I'm
tell
not
me to
doing
do
it.
I
you
will
would
not
fail
do
in
it.
the military, which is crazy because
That's
you and
why I
ROTC.
didn't join the military. I spoke to a recruiter. This did not go well for
I
me. The
almost
minute I saw that, I was
joined
like, I will. The minute they yell at me, I'm like, ah.
Thank God we didn't, man. I think about that a lot.
I
I
think
almost joined the army.
and
And
I
all
wouldn't
that.
be in debt right now.
Yeah, true.
A lot of people that are ADHD are very demand avoidant.
Where were we going with that, though? I forget.
The authority thing and how the
Yeah.
murder bot doesn't have to listen to anybody.
So what confused me about that?
Our tangents, man, they just.
What
I thought that
confused
was a good tangent.
Good, no, it's good. It's good. But what confused me about the murder bot overriding the system? So, like, weren't they built to not have emotion? And as he becomes more sentient, he obviously gets more emotion. But like, what in that bot's mind made it want to override the system?
They have organic parts.
I knew that. Yes, but a brain is not one of them.
I don't think it explained it well enough for me.
think
Yeah.
about how like AI is evolving. Like
Yeah.
it's
Scares the
like
shit out of
doing
me.
that too right
Have
now.
y'all been
where
saying
it's, like,
please and thank you?
No,
to the bot?
I don't talk to
Yeah.
the bots.
I don't talk to the bots.
I
but
do not use. Honestly, like, here's my.
I don't use
freaking-
AI.
Here's my spiel for the day. Like, stop
ChatGPT
using
stuff.
ChatGPT, please, for the love of God. It's so bad for the environment, and like you're training the system, and just like don't stop using it. Anyway,
Just write your emails, please.
just write your fucking emails. Even like, I mean, it's everywhere now though. Like Google
I don't know if it's better.
has an AI thing.
I don't know
built in.
if it's better.
Google spews AI before it spews anything else now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's better or worse. I use Gemini because it searches the web.
Mm.
So it like takes
I don't
all the
know
sources
enough
from the
about it.
web.
Yeah.
I don't trust Google.
I don't know what kind of energy it's pulling. I don't know
I don't
what kind
either.
of servers it needs, but it's all.
I
shitty.
mean, the stuff
So-
we use daily is pulling from tons of servers in general.
right.
I don't know.
We're changing again.
ChatGPT versus a Google search though is like astronomically different.
Yes, it is. But that's what I'm saying. Like Gemini is part of Google. Like that's
okay.
Google's like, but it's,
I'll look into it.
is it generative AI? Like to a degree because it's like pulling from sources from the internet. But like,
yeah,
it's,
but you can pay Google to
it's
have your
super
source come up
searching.
first.
So do we think Murderbot is more AI, artificial intelligence?
that's what, that's the vibe that I got was that
But
like
then
it
they
was
had
like
augmented
progressing.
humans. What does that mean?
That they didn't really explain much, but there are augmented humans.
I don't even know what augmented
I
actually
probably
means.
like some type of
Yeah, think
gimmick
of,
in the
like-
brain.
Oh yeah, like augmented reality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like just enhanced scientifically, not genetically.
I will say I enjoyed
Like a bionic eye.
I enjoyed this book. I liked the human characters. I thought they were well done. Barrage or whatever. I really liked her character. What were you gonna say? You were pumped.
Do you remember the bionic woman?
No. But it sounds familiar.
Like from the
90s?
90s, maybe?
I have no idea.
Bionic Man?
Bionic Man sounds more familiar.
Bionic, or they're both the same.
If it was the 90s, they probably focused more on
It was the
man.
70s, never
Oh.
mind.
What is that?
She was like,
Oh, Bionic Woman. You're right.
yeah.
Is it a book?
No, it was a TV show where she was like a robot, basically.
I thought that it was interesting that
She dies skydiving and is rebuilt bionically.
Okay. I thought it was interesting that this book we had just read Psalms for the Wild.
It's Song for the Wild
I
Built.
didn't. I liked those robots better.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
this
know.
robot, it's a different type of
This
robot.
robot's more
I know this was a
humanoid.
murder bot.
It's more humanoid.
Yeah.
I know,
But
but I
it
don't
all-
like a murder bot.
but it
I like a
murders-
little.
Well, they didn't
baby
want
bot
to
that like boops around and like
But
says
it murders for
random-
your
random fun
benefit.
facts.
Like if
It-
you could hire
it-
a murder bot to take care of all the scary things, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's for like, you know,
okay,
scary.
wait. Let's take a peel back.
Okay.
Again.
I'm ready
No,
to
no,
peel.
no. Murder bot, right? You got a murder bot. Everybody's got murder bots.
You get a murder bot.
Yeah.
You get
Everybody
a murder bot.
gets a murder bot.
I think so,
Everyone who's using this company to go excavate different planets, they get
yeah,
assigned this murder bot calls himself murder bot because that's how they feel they
no,
are.
No, I know, but like, okay, we all got murder bots, and we want to take over a country. Like, what does that fucking look like?
Mm.
That's not
You know
what's
what
happening.
I mean? But it would.
She was saying if murder bots
Eventually.
existed
Oh,
in
you're
today's
just- okay.
technology, yeah, obviously that would
You know
definitely.
what I mean?
Well,
though?
in
Like,
this case, murder bots or these robot thingies, I keep the
Just call them
sec
murder
units.
bots.
They're called sec units.
Yeah.
ugh.
Sec units got taken over by somebody else from a different location. They ended up killing a different crew.
Yeah.
That's how that could happen.
Yes.
Like, you know, the sec units could probably be taken over by a certain entity
I don't
to be
like.
used as murder bots
I
in a
don't
war.
like the idea of somebody of a sentient or a different being. One, not being able to like face repercussion for one of our highest crimes, and then two, like
but they're not
But
murdering other
programmed-
humans.
Yeah, they're
They're murdering
programmed
like
to-
aliens on
Yeah.
a different planet.
what
Threats.
if we're aliens?
Okay, but we're
What if we're
not.
the alien?
The point is in the
You know what I
book
mean, though?
that they're made.
I understand your point.
Yeah.
It's not me as an alien, but like, what if we discovered dogs and they were like, tick, 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 like, and they killed all the dogs, and then you find out like, oh, they're just dogs. They're just.
I think
like,
it's whatever's
nice.
a threat, but that is a good point too. Because what if a dog was coming at your
dog could be
ankle?
threat,
Yeah.
like, or kittens, or like, you know what I mean,
Okay.
like that. I think there is a deeper meaning here of like, is this really? And I think the same thing with AI. Like, is this ethical?
Mm.
Should we be using
Well,
this?
then it
Just
turns
'cause
Well,
it's
there
better.
is that moment in the book where they're like, there is that ethical
Should we
standpoint,
be
right?
doing this?
Where
Mhm.
the guy was saying, he was like, you're kind of like a slave to humans.
and they're like, don't, you're making it upset.
Yes. So
Which is
that
like, how do they feel upset?
and this is a series, so I don't know how like far
How
in
it-
depth it goes, but I thought it was interesting that it was the point of view of the robot, which like I struggled with at first, but obviously it's becoming we're getting its emotions throughout the book.
My favorite part of it is that they just don't want to do anything but watch TV, and I feel that like to my core.
I do love that, and I love that comes in later where he's just like, or they are just like, yeah, I know how to do this thing because I saw it on like a TV show once.
Yeah.
Or he's
Or like
relating
this
it.
human feels, or my human feels like they're part of one of my series, and it's like
Yeah.
kind of cool because I thought those don't exist outside of the series.
I think for such a short book, it did a good job doing what it needed it to do, like to tell that story.
I wish the murder bot had more personality.
I think it's getting more personality.
It's gonna get it as it continues without the.
It's gonna
going
become more. If what I gather is that it's gonna become more human.
sentient.
And like the fact that it takes off its helmet and has a human face,
Yeah,
but it chooses not to like lock eyes with other humans because it's so awkward. I
Yeah.
think that was really adorable.
that was one of the cute scenes. Like, I told you, they're shy.
Yeah, like I thought that was cute. So I liked the book a lot. I enjoyed it for what it was. Will I continue with the series? Probably not. I didn't feel as invested as I think a lot of people. Like I think a lot of people got super invested into the story and like really felt something maybe for the robot. I'm not sure what the vibe is there. I didn't get that. I was just like, yeah, that was a fine story.
To me, yeah, it feels like a one-off. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it feels like a series. It feels like a Black Mirror episode,
Right.
and it just begins and ends. You
Like
know,
there's depth, but maybe not the amount.
But
that I
if
was
you
looking
keep,
for.
I think I think you could keep doing novellas in this world.
Maybe it's just novella. I don't really care that much for novellas.
it forces you to sort of accept a world so fast without
Yeah.
all that
That's
lore
very,
building.
Right.
It's very inconvenient because we tend to read short books, and
I know. You know, I love a long book.
Yeah,
I
you should
really
stop.
liked
read
that
long
horde
books.
book, and I went.
that
there
was like 500 pages.
I know, and I loved it. It gave me time to get into the story. You see what I mean?
Jesus.
I know, man.
Can we just give you a round of applause
Thank
for
you.
finishing
Yeah,
4
Thank
books
you
this month?
for completely fucking it up. Yeah.
Hey, you read something.
I did. I read all 4 books, even though one of them was a movie episode.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a movie episode,
So I'm
but we're
just
just
saying.
overachievers.
You guys crushed it.
But this one to me was just, I didn't get enough. I
I'm
guess.
interested to see how they build it as a show.
I can't wait for the show. I'm really excited for the show, and maybe we'll watch. Maybe we'll like fall in love with the show.
'Cause it comes
and
out
we could
in
do
May,
another
correct?
episode where we.
I
bring
think
it
you
back
can
up.
very easily fall in love with Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh yeah, and I would
As a robot.
I could tell he would play like the perfect robot too.
Yeah.
He'd be really good at that.
'Cause he's
like,
so
that
good at, like-
emotionless, but you're still feeling something. Oh man, I'm excited for that.
That
would be fun.
Viking kind of.
Oh my
vibes.
god. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
I was
ooh.
I was talking about my like 5 hall passes right now. Alexander Skarsgård can sit very comfortably at slot
I
number
thought you were
2.
going to say can sit on my face, and I was going to say, Erica, what?
You could do that too.
That's an interesting way.
No, but I was thinking about the like hall passes because a question was posed at a bachelorette party that I was at of like who is the least attractive celebrity you would sleep with.
So funny.
So then I was like, oh, who are my hall passes? And I was like, Glenn Powell immediately.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about Glenn Powell as
Tom
the
Holland.
like main male character
Why'd
for
you
all
say
of
it
my
like
cowboy romances.
Yeah, I could definitely
Oh.
definitely see that.
Yeah,
I
he
see
could
him in
do it.
like. I wish he was like the lead of in Virgin River. He would have been perfect.
Oh
for it.
my
he would have been
God.
perfect.
I haven't watched Virgin River yet,
Did
but I
you
guess really
see-
good.
I like it.
There was a joke that was Brandon, the guy who's in It Ends With Us, like Brandon
Oh,
something
yeah,
or whatever, is like the Walmart version of Glenn Powell.
Oh
It's so
man,
fucking
which is funny because don't people say that Glenn Powell is the Walmart version
of
of
Tom
like,
Cruise.
I thought it was Chris Evans or somebody. I
Oh.
forget who.
I don't know. But Alexander Skarsgård, especially as Eric in True Blood.
True Blood was one of my. True Blood had a chokehold on me in college.
Oh
and
yeah.
Garrett, me and Garrett were like, if he watched an episode without me, I'd be pissed.
Talk about a show that
Really?
fucking sucked at the end, though.
Yeah, I never
I don't
finished
think
it.
I ever finished it. I
I
don't
never
even know.
finished it.
I don't think I watched
I
the
got to
last
season
so
4.
bad.
Yeah.
Season 5 started, and I was like, "You're losing me."
You know who I
You're
love?
losing me.
The brother.
All seed. Oh,
No, her
Oh.
brother. Was it Eric? Not Eric.
Oh my God, I love him.
Suki's brother.
Jason.
Jason.
Jason's
And
hot.
he was on Chelsea Handler
Oh.
when Chelsea Lately back in college, and I remember taking a picture of him. He didn't have his shirt on, and I was like, "This man can."
I loved
get
him
it."
again. Side note for True Blood, but when he drank Jessica's blood and started having Jessica like dreams, I was like,
Forgot about that.
"Can Jason and Jessica be a thing?"
Yes.
Like, I love them
I hated
together.
Jessica at first, and then I
She
fucking
grew on me.
Loved her.
Just like Caroline in
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries. I hated her at first, and she grew on me really heavily.
show I still need to watch.
You should.
Ooh.
Do an episode on Vampire Diaries.
Imagine-
Can we?
There's
it
a
was a
book.
book. The author just died.
Oh
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah, recently.
I didn't know that Vampire Diaries came out in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Like 80s.
Oh shit. Really?
Yeah, not 90s,
Was
early
it
2000s,
90s?
I think. Yeah,
I
late
would do
90s.
it. I would do an episode on Vampire Diaries. Anybody
Please.
interested in that?
Please, 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 please,
Okay.
please.
I would read it.
Yeah,
I would totally read.
yeah.
Let's read the
it.
first Vampire Diaries.
I read it in high school.
That'd be fun.
1991.
Yeah,
Damn, I was born.
I know.
I was not even born yet.
Well, December of 1991.
92.
I like to tell people 92. It makes me feel younger.
You're practically 92. On
LJ
the
Smith.
cusp.
Almost.
LJ.
LJ Smith.
All right, we
think,
got
right?
far away from all
Yeah,
systems
she
She
go.
was young.
She just passed. Yeah.
How did she die?
I can't remember. I think she was sick.
Oh, that's sad. That's really sad.
Complications of an autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Like early
March.
March.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it just happened.
We should do Vampire Diaries. Let's honor her.
Listen, I love Vampire Diaries. I would love for
You
us
guys
like to
watched
read
all
the
of
book
them.
and watch the first season and just compare.
Yep.
I could do that. I think I got
You got pretty far in
to
season
the
1.
second season. I think I made it.
My parents
Maybe?
watched Vampire Diaries.
What?
Yeah.
What'd your
They were
parents
s-
think?
They were so into it.
I
This is
started it
not
in
Murderbot
tennis.
in the
I know.
slightest.
They were so into it.
Really? I love
Even
it.
my dad liked it.
That's so fun. My dad would because it was coming out in 2008 when it first started. So I was in high school, and freshman year of high school, my dad would come into the room as I'm like watching. I'm like, Dad, look, it's getting so good. Damon, oh my God, Damon. He's like, all right, kiddo.
You should put for the title of this, All Systems Red, and then in parentheses, and a little bit of Vampire Diaries. I think that would be fun. This is just a shorter episode for a shorter book, but if there's any
Not
other
really. I guess so.
25
there's
episodes, 25 minutes right now.
any other novellas that you think we would be into, maybe that's worth exploring. I don't know. Maybe there's a couple we could do.
Also, I
at
feel like, are we
once.
going to switch off now? 'Cause we've been doing a lot of sci-fi lately.
Yeah, we got to chill with the sci-fi for a second. I think.
Yeah, we got to dive into something else.
We were like, let's do sci-fi, and we've like.
no, I
absolutely-
said let's
I've
do
been-
thriller.
I've been really
We've
enjoying
done way
it.
too many thrillers.
But that's why I want to do Annihilation because it's a horror.
no,
Ugh.
no,
I hated the
no,
movie. I don't want to
It
do
does
that.
suck.
No.
I hear
suffered
the
enough.
I hear the book is really good.
She suffered.
All right, fine. Then we have to do my book recommendation is the I love.
Do we
Lucy
do a
book.
horror? A horror?
We each bring one, right? So mine's gonna be Lucy. What
Okay.
are you guys bringing? We'll have to think about it.
Horror.
That witchy book that just came out recently.
Okay, I'm in. What genre are you gonna choose, Erica?
I don't know.
Just think, I loved the Horde King. If I can get another one of something like that, I wouldn't be mad.
Horror.
You're gonna do a horror, really?
I don't know.
You guys should read The Hike. We already did an episode on
We
it.
already did
But
an
you
episode.
should
That was
read
like
it.
our
Years ago.
second episode.
Blood
Read
Over Brighthaven by Emma Wong.
Oh, people keep telling me to
Oh,
read
there's
that.
a couple
That's
that
what I want us to
have
read.
people have told me.
Oh,
I feel
people
like
keep-
that's the one.
People keep telling me to read that one, so
All right, we
that's a
can
good
add
one.
that.
I want to read that one. And I want to read Heartless Hunter. It's a YA.
Any other
Sounds
recommendations? Send them
And then
to
Water
us.
Moon is a magical realism book. You said you want more magical realism?
Oh,
Ooh,
Water Moon?
That's fun.
Water Moon by Samantha Soto Yambao.
Water
I believe it's
Moon.
Japanese translator or a Japanese author.
What books
me
do
on it,
you
though.
guys have on your TBRs that you want us to read? 'Cause we might. Oh yeah, I have these in my. Someone you could build a nest in. You had
I wrote that down. It's a horror book.
Blood Over Brighthaven. Oh, this one, Quicksilver. Everybody's talking about.
Quicksilver. Yeah.
Do we need to read that? Like everybody.
Erica didn't like it.
Oh, you
I
read
didn't-
it?
I didn't dislike it. I
Just
just
got a 4.3. 4.39.
Yeah, it's a TikTok book.
409,000 ratings.
It's heavily
we could read
liked.
it. We could read it.
Holy shit.
I'm down for it.
624 pages.
You might like 600.
Paperback, 624 pages.
Jeez,
Y'all, come on.
that's a lot.
Maybe we'll read it. All right, if you have a suggestion for what we should read next, go on over to our Instagram, books_n_Betches, BETCHES. Just shoot a message over to Erica and tell her what books we should read next. Thank you so much for being here. Click the link in our link tree. You'll find our YouTube. That's you?
YouTube?
Okay. We love you so much. We'll catch you next week. Bye.